This is my first ever video talking about reality TV, and I've been watching reality TV since 2018. I think it's really interesting that I'm starting off on Survivor 50 and All-Star season that is actually considering the past 49 season as a combination with veteran players and whatnot. But it's the reason why I actually wanted to start this channel because it actually really sparks my interest. I'm the type of guy that actually sit down, watch these pregame interviews, and really assess these players. Now, I'm not going to get into cast assessments because there's been so many videos out now about breaking down the cast and all that, and I don't really think I'm the type of guy to be talking about that. And I really want to shift my focus more so of maybe what a normal fan is thinking for Survivor 50, because there definitely are online fans, but I gotta be real here. The online fans have unrealistic expectations, and this is why I'm going to be putting my opinion out here. So let's go ahead and just start off with the obvious here. It's Survivor 50. It's called In the Hands of the Fan. This is literally kind of like a revolutionary season, even though it's very similar to season 31 with Second Chance. Some sort of voting ballot with the fans to like enable the cast, but this time around, we get to decide the format, and that's really unique and innovative compared to really any other reality show. I know Big Brother kind of does that, not really for Big Brother US, but for other international formats, they definitely have interactive audiences for sure. But for a non-live show, this is insane. And just to sit there and think that we actually actively voted on different formats in terms of like what the colors are on the tribe. Do we give them food or not? Do we vote for fire making or not? Like, that's huge. It's the fact that production actually gave us the ability to have a unified voice based on what the majority wants here. And of course, we'll discover really what any of this means when the season starts airing. And of course, we'll discover quite a few of them at the start of the first episode. Now, the next thing that we should probably know is this is a 24-player cast, and Australian Survivor is very well known for having 24-player casts. And I think it's really exciting that the US has been way more open recently. I know Survivor production has been in their own controversy of like kind of gatekeeping their own players instead of letting them become these reality show stars that they actually allowed in the past. Boston Rob. But here's the thing. On the podcast for 49, when Parvati won Australia versus the world, he asked if to Jeremy, Jeff Probst asked to Jeremy if Parvati was a valid two-time winner. And of course, there was that discourse and that controversy online as well. I don't really think it was really that controversial. Parvati deserved that second win. It is a second win. I don't care. Survivor is a Survivor, even if it's 8 days. Like, the concept is still the same. And it's the fact that now we're doing a 24-player cast. Yeah, it's all-stars, but like, is that going to open the door for 24 newbie player cast? Now, that could require some people not really getting big edits, kind of like Squid Game or Beast Games, but it could open the door for bigger casts in the future, especially out of all-star seasons. And then the last thing to know is it's a 3-hour premiere that we obviously know. I think is really a beneficial thing here, because if it wasn't a 3-hour premiere and it was like maybe like the typical 2-hour premiere with ads, I really don't think we would get to see the players and understand really the type of game we're going to get into. Because yeah, it's still new era, but this is a different type of new era. And this new era could actually lead into what 51 and 52 are probably going to be like here. I think Survivor 50 has the potential to be one of, if not the best Survivor, one, I shouldn't say the best, but it could really get up there. There is so much potential, especially with how the cast is divided in these typical, for now, 10 seasons, 3 tribes. And just showing it up on the screen right now, I'm shocked, actually. Like, it feels really well balanced. The only person I'm really concerned for is Coach and like the 49ers and a bit of the 48ers and the 46ers and the 37ers, aka the David versus Goliath crew. Anytime there's a season with like multiple people in it, they're kind of put it at a disadvantage. Not really the biggest fan of casting all of that, but like ultimately when you think about it and why they casted the people they did for whatever their hand is, because we all know Amanda Kimmel left even though they really wanted her. I really think that it's a pretty well-balanced cast and a really well-balanced split. When you look at these personalities, you can see the drama that could form from this. Now, let's talk about some of the things that we know that fans have voted for. And the first thing is the tribe colors, the purple, cyan, and orange colors. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to get away from the typical color palette, because even if you are a normal fan, you'll probably notice the repetition of the new era specifically. And Survivor has always been repetition, let alone even Big Brother. This time around, it's just nice to see new colors, and I really want that as a fan. I just want to see more art diversity as a whole, because it shows the care put into the show. Because if we can't travel to new locations, I'd rather have an art department that actually feels like they exist, to put it that way. And I feel like this time around we are really able to start seeing that. And of course, I always think the art department does really a good job of like immersing the players in the show, and sometimes even the viewers in the show, especially when it comes to tribal council sets. And also the tribal council set for season 50, let me show it up here. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is gorgeous. It feels like warfare, majestically, of course, and I'm a huge fan of that. When I watch Tribal Council, I want bloodshed, and I feel like every time a person's voted out, their blood will stain the Tribal Council beautifully. Either idols or no idols will be a part of the game, and of course, it hasn't been confirmed here, but we know from the first preview, because yes, there are 2 previews for 50, that there are idols in the game. Now we have the Billie Eilish Boomerang idol. I'm not going to get into that. I'm too exhausted to talk about that. Okay? But, the Boomerang idol itself, without Billie Eilish slapped on there, sounds like an interesting concept, okay? We did vote for idols, and yes, I voted for idols. If you didn't vote for idols, bro, we haven't had no idols since season 10. Why the hell would you vote no idols? Like, seriously. And if you're saying go back to basics, go watch the previous 10 seasons. They're right there. Go host online game shows without idols. You'll realize how boring it is. It really is. It really is. Okay, the game has to evolve at some point in time. And the last thing that we voted for was a live reunion over the after show. God forbid we ever get the after show in 51 or 52, because it is actually just why like, I would rather have a reunion that is recorded post the season. Okay, we saw from season 41 through 49, and I can't even really speak for season 41 and 42 because they were just like COVID. Okay, I understand that. I understand why they did the after show that way in particular. But once it became like 43 through 49, why would you ever want to consider the after show? Because these people need time to process. They actually need to formulate their answers. When Jeff Probst asks you after you fail fire making the night before, oh, why did you fail Final 4 fire making? Like, do you regret that decision? And it's like day of, not even like 24 hours, maybe. And you're sitting there like, oh, I don't know, Jeff. Like, so sorry I failed. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the after show. I prefer the live reunion because you need time to process, especially coming from a traumatic event. So right now, I think a lot of the voting is going well. And now the next big part to talk about is the celebrities. And as a fan of the show, when I saw the preview after 49 aired, I was a little skeptical on it. I was a bit nervous, but sitting back and reflecting on it throughout the months until we actually are getting to Survivor 50 now, I'm not feeling scared about it, and I feel great about it. And a lot of the internet is just losing their mind over this. I really just see these celebrities as fans of the show. Like, yeah, they're put on a pedestal, and yeah, they had power over us, but these people also have a name and influence, and it just makes sense why Survivor 50 would even invite Mr. Beast. And let alone, I hope if Mr. Beast does anything, and I'm not sure what anything, I don't know what's happening, but I really hope that he raises the prize pot. Like, I just really hope that this is what these celebrities are doing. Like, we already know that Billie Eilish introduced a boomerang idol, whatever that means. I think she only saw one Survivor season, but it's actually crazy that she has this awesome new concept, I think, and air quotes, awesome new concept. But yeah, these people are fans of Survivor. And, I'm just going to say it. I wouldn't mind seeing like a 16-day celebrity Survivor season with like 12 players. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, Australia versus the world already kind of did it with international players. I don't know. I think US should have the balls to do something, and they don't. Not right now. I mean, they're doing a great marketing job, and this season they kind of do have the balls, so I'll kind of eat my words. But dude, just promise me on this. Like, I don't think it's gonna be as bad. And then if I have one prediction for Survivor 50 right away, it's a swap. We actually don't know quite yet. I think the Wikipedia already spoiled it, but I am trying to go in as spoiler free as possible. But with 24 players, I think it's pretty likely that a swap will happen. I think production is under the idea that they want their game to be unpredictable despite doing the same format. So if we see journeys, I'm like, okay, yeah, we see the format that you're doing here, bud. But if they throw in a swap, it's very exciting. Like when they threw in swaps for 49, I was like, we're healing. We're going in the right direction. This feels like Survivor. And I know people don't really like 49, but I'm one of those people that actually really like it. I think it's probably one of the better new era seasons, let alone one of the better seasons of Survivor. I just don't care. Like these people say, like, I already knew Savannah was winning. I already knew Rizzo was gonna get to like the final because they're on the cast of season 50. Like we knew that beforehand. And it's like, okay, when I was watching Cook Islands, I knew that Yule was winning the whole time. Also, when I was watching Winners at War, I got spoiled that Tony was gonna win the whole time, but that didn't ruin my experience. Okay. So I'm going to stand on business and say 49 is actually a really good new era season, and people just need to admit it. So if you liked what I have here or hate it, just comment down below. All right, let's get the commentary going. All right, let's get some discussion because I might publish more videos before Survivor 50, but if not, I'm just going to go by an episode by episode basis here. And also, Traders is coming up. I know I'm very late on season 4, but with my excitement for Survivor 50 and wanting to do some commentary on it, Trader 4 is right around the corner with the penultimate episode and then the finale the week after. So very exciting stuff. And also I'll be doing some conversations on Australian Survivor Redemption. I know I'm coming in at a really awkward time with JLP being fired, but I have hope for David. All right, guys. Make sure to like, comment down below, and subscribe.